6 a.m. Friday morning, we're headed out. We're going to pick up a dump trailer. We gotta go by a couple locations, throw some miscellaneous trash on it, and then head to the landfill. This is what it's all about. Probably 90% of the country is still sleeping right now. It's Saturday morning. Us, we're getting out creating a better life. You know why? Because God did not design us just to exist. We don't subscribe to mediocrity. Phrases like, that's good enough, they don't exist. We're the people that get shit done. We're the people that people call to say, hey, I need this. When can it happen? We're out making it. There's the old gal right there. This will probably be the third dump trailer load we've done with the new truck. Sure like the way it looks. Inside of the truck is pretty nice. Everything's accessible. I like the center console gig. Florida is definitely a 3-handkerchief day with this heat and humidity. One of the things that I do is I do estimating for a roofing company. I create the lead as far as I advertise and sell the job, get the contract signed. Got to go check on one they did yesterday. Looked like they were out there late. It was a small roof. Don't know why it took so long. Always can be, you know, they had to end up doing a tremendous amount of woodwork. There's no telling. That is the roof right there that they did. Looks good. All right, we're going to go pick up this dump trailer. Get hooked up to it. Head on out. And go pick up some trash at a couple different locations, get it emptied and get it back. One thing about the dump trailer hustle is, depending on how you run your business, like a lot of times what I was doing is I'd rent it to a roofing crew. I'd drop it on location. They'd do the roof that day. I'd come back, pick it up. And when you do it like that, you almost have to run 3 dump trailers at the same time. You need to own 4. To run 2, you need to own 3. You got to have one that's empty that you can basically go and put on location. Now, rarely did I ever do what I call a drop and hook, is, you know, basically come out, swap them out, that they needed another one. Sometimes, you know, it happened rarely, but it did. But it's more in the sense that, you know, if you have 2 of them on location, somebody calls, you got to be able to drop that on location and then, you know, pick up one that day, get it emptied and ready for the next morning. The thing about it is that you only get to tell a customer no about 3 times and they'll never call again. And the problem is that a lot of people don't pay attention to that sort of thing. And all they look at is this transaction. Well, you want to make transactions for the rest of your life, okay? That's what being in business is. You know, if you're only worried about this one transaction, then you're just making money. You made it one time and boom, that's it. You may never get a call again. Me, I always thought about it in the sense of, how do I get this person to keep calling me for 20 years? How do I get them to keep putting my name out there to other people for 20 years? That roof that I just showed you all, that came from a referral. I don't even know who it is, but that lady called me and said, hey, you know, we would like to go ahead and, you know, get an estimate on this and everything. So the experience, that person that gave them my number must have been pleasant, because people that have bad experiences with you will not tell others to do business with you. There's my girls right there. That's one. We're definitely gonna have to take that one and get it dumped. That's my old Iron Bull right there. I think, yes, that was a trailer that I got a smoking deal on, or so I thought it was. Bought it for about $5,500, but I had to put about $2,500 into it for it to be safe and give me a peace of mind. The brakes were shot, a number of other things, and so I'm not saying you can't find good deals buying used. Just be very knowledgeable on exactly what it is that you're getting and know what to look for when you go and buy a used trailer. I always keep my couplers off so that it just acts as a theft deterrent, so to speak. This right here is what got it going. This old Big Tex. I did a loan on it for somebody for I think $3,500, and they didn't pay. And so I got the trailer, and we did a kitchen remodel, and I could take all the cabinets at one time, and it was absolutely amazing. Normally it took 3 or 4 trips in a pickup truck and everything, and so then it sat around for a month. We did another kitchen remodel, and then it sat for another month, and I was like, man, we need to get this thing working. It's costing me money just sitting. And that's what started the dump trailer hustle. I just started putting it out. I don't remember what it was back then, $100, $150. I said, leave on location for 3 days, you fill it up, and then pay the dump fee and, you know, garage clean out. And that's what got started. This right here is one of the best investments. Hydraulic jack. Is that not cool or what? Sure makes a difference when you're dropping and hooking trailers 3, 4, 5 times a day instead of you got that big old crank over here having to do it and everything. Nah, just a button. On my trailers, what I did was I mounted a ammo box. I got that keypad and I put the coupler inside of there. All it does is keep an honest person honest, all right? So then what ends up happening is say like if I rent the trailer out, and I only do that with just very few people, I can just tell them what the code is. They can come and pick the trailer up and put the coupler on the front. That's just one of the things that I do with mine. Dump trailer hustle is alive and well. 6:36 a.m. Man, look at that sun coming up. Think about all the opportunity that's available. Be grateful we live in a country where you can go out and get it like we can. This type of opportunity is not available in communist countries nor socialist countries. We do have an election coming up. Before you make a vote for somebody because of the color of their skin or what they've done or what they've accomplished, make sure you understand what that party stands for. And if it's what you believe in, then vote for it. If not, you might not like the person. However, think about your future, that's for sure. Oh, I got some more beautiful sun over there. This is a house that we are redoing right here. We're close, man. We're about a month away from them being able to move in. We'll be picking up that, this, that stuff right there. Carla said, do not touch. Remember, a pile there, pile there. Abracadabra, it's gone. We are loaded up. I got to stop by Home Depot, get a few bungees to pull that tarp. So here we go. That's what happens when you run over fresh paint. That's another hustler right there. He's got a marine repair business. Good people across the street. That right there is a shop that I use for all my mechanic work, Mayhem Motorsports. Oh man, it ain't even 7 o'clock. That guy's out opening the gate. That house right there, I purchased for $14,000. And I've had to put a new roof on it, had to get it rewired. We're into it for about 30 right now. And I'm over here to pick up some of this sheetrock trash. We got it rehung. And we'll have it back up. I'm in Home Depot. This is when you find the real hustlers, when it just opened. We're in a mobile home neighborhood. All of these lots are owned by the people. Some of them are rentals, but we're about to look at 2 properties we're thinking about purchasing. That is money. Hello, hello, hello. Alrighty. Had some water leaks over there. A lot of trash. Hello? Yes, sir.
I look for some jobs. I know how to do electric, plumbing, drywall, roofing, paint,
Right.
texture. I don't know if you can get my number in case you need my help or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, if you would, go write it down on something and bring it to me. I don't have the time. If you're gonna, are you gonna go get your number and bring it back to?
Yeah, you want to write it down?
Yes, please. Thank you.
850?
No, sir. You go and write it down and bring it back to me. Thank you. This one got a lot of termite damage on it. The roof is bad. Lots of cleanup. So tell me, y'all, what do you think about that? Cash or trash? Now, we're looking at this one. That's a good sign. Still got the power and the meter. They've definitely redone some plumbing. Great thing is they did that roof over on it. And that will keep a mobile home alive for a long time, because most of the time people won't do the sealing on the roof that's required to keep it in good shape. We'll see if it's open. Of course not. Always carry a big flashlight with y'all. This one, believe it or not, probably would not take too much to get it going. Definitely needs some tree trimming to go on. A lot of opportunity here. Can pick both of these up for $26,000. The lot is worth $25,000 cleared. Might be about $4,000 on the bone once you tear down the other one and get it moved. But what I'm thinking is get it moved and then put a smaller one on it. A lot of times you can buy one for $5,000, $7,000, have it set up, included in that cost, and then you're rocking along with something that'll rent for $800 to $1,200 a month. So you know, we'll just have to figure it out.
Oh, have a good one.
Thank you. Bye. I got more dump trailers coming in. All right, now we got that dumped, and now we are about to go to the Cracker Barrel. All right, so that was everything was done by I think 10:45 in the morning, somewhere in there. And one thing that wasn't included is I stopped and looked at a roof. So the whole thing is this whole wealth journey, being an entrepreneur, it's not everything that it's cracked up to be. And I will never tell anybody that it's easy. It is extremely simple, but it's not easy. And had a call with a gentleman, Kevin, and we talked for about an hour. And he asked me one thing that really stuck out. And he said, what are some of the things that you've taken away from the wealth journey that you feel are extremely important? And one of those is how much our emotions play into this thing. And as he even stated, like investing in the stock market is not a whole lot of fun. I mean, it's not like you're doing anything and, get to have any personal enjoyment out of it, as opposed to there's a lot of emotional fulfillment in, real estate the way that I do it, in the sense that, I find a really good property that's not listed. The $14,000 house, the house that y'all saw this morning on the video, that took me 3 years in the making to get that property. First time I talked to the owner was over 3 years ago to get it. So, and then you start to see it come to fruition and it's beautiful. And then, people are like, oh man, I can't believe what job you did with this thing and everything like that. And so there's a lot of satisfaction in many different ways having to do with real estate, as opposed to, you're buying stock, it ain't there. It's like, yep, just $500 in the Vanguard, $2,000 in, Microsoft, $1,000 in GE, whatever it is that you're buying and everything like that. However, if you do it long enough, you start to see, and it's kind of like it goes along and everything, and then before you know it, it starts ramping up, and that's when the magic really starts to happen. With me, with real estate, I don't know. It was, 3 years ago, just a little over 3 years ago, I had 19 doors, and we got 33. Actually put in an offer on 2 this week. The owner of them wants this thing to go through. I want it to go through. We just got a couple formalities that we're having to work on. But I am probably about 98% sure this thing's going to go through. It's a sweet deal for me. It's a sweet deal for that gentleman. And I had something cool happen. I've had a couple of people that have, are private investors that have invested with me, loaned me money, and whenever somebody that does that calls you and says, what do you have right now? I got some money I need to put to use and everything. And right now I just really don't have anything. And, I can afford to pay for my own rehabs. It'd be great to, have a couple $100,000 sitting in the bank and everything, but that means I got to take on debt to get that, or I got to sell something. And unfortunately, you only get to sell something one time. Funny story about selling stuff. In the last 5 years, I've had 5 people that have come to me, questions about real estate, that they all got a house some way, somehow, for free. A couple of them inherited them. And I told every one of them, do not sell the house. All 5 of them sold the house. Well, all 5 of them have said, I really wish I'd listened to you and I wish I'd rented this thing, because, one of them was 8 years ago and they had no idea how much rent was going to go up, and their pay has not followed. They're on some kind of disability. And I told them, I said, do not sell that house. And, but they went ahead and did it. And, Redneck Robert, he don't know shit. And, sure enough, she calls me looking for a place, and she was like, don't say it. I already know. You were totally 100% correct. I should have never sold that house. I would still have a place for me to stay if I had it. You only get to sell it one time, folks. I bought my first rental 22 years ago, and I'm still collecting rent on it. That's pretty powerful. So, the thing about it is, this journey is not always, unicorns, rainbows, $100 bills and Lamborghinis, that's for sure. Sometimes, you're having to put your hand in a commode that's got shit in it. I've been in septic tanks before. I've been in manholes, down in the sewer trying to get my sewer unstuck that was going to the house. So I mean, it is what it is. And, it's not an easy process to get through, that's for sure. However, it is most rewarding. I would not trade anything for the world. The only thing that I would do differently is when I first got into real estate, I would have bought a lot more. Financing was totally different back then. '08, things totally changed for investors. And it just means now you have to pull money out of your pocket, a lot more money out of your pocket to put as a down payment on a piece of property than what you had to do back before '08. So it is what it is, But my suggestion is get as much as you can that you can afford. When you start making money, don't spend it, put it to the side. You're always going to have something go wrong. I spent over, $22,000 in the last year and a half in change out on air conditioners. 3 years ago, I spent about $115,000 on getting roofs done on some houses. And I got houses that are needing a roof right now, but they're not leaking, and we're going to limp them along as much as possible until it just gets to the point where you have to do it. And one of the things that I found about myself is that I really liked when people looked at my properties and said, "Oh man, that's beautiful. I really like the way that looks and everything. You did a fantastic job. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, the before and after. Oh, it's fabulous, fabulous." And the thing about it is that wealth building business is very sterile, it's mechanical, it's logical, and it's emotionless. And everybody pumping you and patting your back, that's emotionful. And so when you really look at this business, or pretty much any business for that matter, there's a line in your checkbook, and that number right below that line is what matters. And as long as you have more money coming in and less money going out, then the business continues to grow. And the thing about it is that, if you can get, 2 more years out of a roof, you think that might not be much, but if you got 50 properties, that's a lot. So you have to consider it in those aspects and everything like that. So hope you enjoyed the video, got something out of it today. If you want free 15 minutes of my time, just send me an email. I will get back with you. Include your phone number so I can call you. I am actually flying out tomorrow, 4 a.m., headed to Maine. And I'm going to spend 5 days up there. And one of those things on my bucket list is to eat a Maine lobster. So we're going to make that happen. See a number of different things, and we'll just have a good time. So hope you have a wonderful day, and we will talk at you later.